Hey everyone, I'm Julia from Cephable. So glad you've downloaded our app onto your PC or your Mac, and now you're ready to jump into the onboarding process. In this video, we're going to run through some of our input controls, get your first profile added to your account so we can get you to your dashboard and use the Cephable controls right away. So the first thing that we need to do is create an account. One thing I want to point out is we highly recommend that each individual using Cephable has their own username and account. This is because Cephable will organize the profiles, maintain the settings, and optimize the adaptive controls for each individual. So make sure one account per individual. And the next thing I want to point out on this page is that we now have the option to opt in to future videos and tips and newsletters that we'll be sending out. And since you're here watching this video, I bet you're going to want to be part of those updates. So I'll go ahead and create a username and we're going to jump in. So now that we've created our account, we're going to land on this overview page. Let's start up here at the top. You're going to see that onboarding is going to take us through two of the primary concepts that drive the Cephable app: input controls and profiles. This page, you're going to find a complete definition, but an input is simply an extension of how you can communicate with your computer beyond the keyboard and a mouse. We've already mentioned voice controls, face expressions, head movement, things like motion controls and virtual buttons, and we're going to run through those more in depth in just a moment. And the second big idea here in Cephable that drives our app are profiles. Profiles are simply the way that you tell Cephable how to connect those inputs that we just mentioned to an output, such as pressing the space bar or clicking the mouse or pressing a full keyboard shortcut. I love this new graphic because it will give you some ideas, hopefully, on some creative ways to use Cephable when you start building out profiles. So let's move on to exploring some input controls. So let's try out some of these input controls. I want to point out detected peripherals. A peripheral is a device that brings information into your computer and allows you to use some of these new inputs. So a microphone is required for us to use our voice controls, and a camera is required for us to use a head movement or a face expression. Notice that Cephable lets you know which ones are available to use, and if we scroll down, you'll see virtual buttons, which are simply buttons that you create and press on a tablet or a phone. And motion controls also require a device or tablet. Those are not available to use at the moment. If you're interested in learning more about those, you can click in and learn more about those or watch our other video on the companion app. But for today, let's jump in and try out voice controls. So you will see the voice control overlay pop up. I'm actually going to move it since I have my face up there for this Loom video. The voice control overlay, you can move it around anywhere on your computer that works the best for you. So you can try out any of these inputs here in our demo console. Larger, bold, underline. So you can see that the text changes with the voice controls here in this demo. So if you want to continue with voice controls and skip over to using them in a profile, you can come right here. Or if you're still curious about some other input controls, maybe head movement, that is going to pop up the face expression overlay. You'll see it pop open my face. Now there's two of me. If you don't like these face lines, you can turn those off too, whichever you prefer. And we can tilt our head to the left. And we can tilt our head to the right. And you can see the text change in the demo console here. All right, so let's go ahead and continue with head movement. So we've made it to the profile section of onboarding, and you can see that Cephable's already filtering our community profiles to show us all the ones that include head movements. You can also filter profiles by any input, so voice controls, face expressions, and it'll pop up those pre-built profiles that are ready out of the box for you to use. If you prefer to create your own new profile, you can start from scratch here, or you can try our profile wizard, which is our Cephable AI. Type in the name of the app or program, select your input, and Cephable will generate a profile that you can use and edit. So let's go ahead and preview one of these profiles. You can scroll down, look at all the controls that are available, such as when I say save, Cephable will press Command S, or you might need the PC version for Control S. If you like it, make sure you hit Add That Profile and Save and Finish. We're one step away from getting to that dashboard, but just want to point out that we have direct links where you can join into the conversation in our communities on Discord and Facebook, check out the other step-by-step guides that we have, or suggest a feature, get support directly through these links here. Let's go ahead and move into the dashboard where you will get really familiar. This is where you're going to be able to quickly switch profiles, make edits, and start your camera and your microphone to use Cephable every day. So we look forward to connecting with you, hearing from you, and thanks for watching.